loves. Welcome to another Instagram Live. And this one is going to be extremely controversial. Like, extremely. Let's dive right in. So, I was on a call and someone was asking a mentor for guidance in terms of marketing for their spiritual business and their spiritual services. And even though this mentor is supposed to, and I'm not saying anything bad, like I love this mentor, but it's supposed to be a very body-based somatic experience and somatic marketing. But I noticed something that is so controversial that I needed to come here and talk to you about it. So, the reason why a lot of spiritual people struggle with marketing, it's because of exactly what happened in this situation. So, this person came on and shared about her offering and her spiritual service. And then this mentor was helping her do the marketing to sell her offer. It's funny because it's supposed to be a very grounded, somatic type of marketing, as I was saying. But what I noticed that was happening was the person got more and more in their own heads. And this is the thing. I am someone who both facilitates spiritual offers and practices and experiences, and also someone who receives them and buys them. And here's something that I've noticed in how I sell and in how I buy that just really wasn't resonating at all for me with what this mentor was sharing. When you go to an ecstatic dance, you don't go to an ecstatic dance thinking about the result that you're going to get from it. You don't sign up to an ecstatic dance thinking oh, I'm going to be more confident, I'm going to be more expressive, I'm going to be more creative, I'm going to connect with more people. You go for the experience itself. You don't go for a result, you go for the experience. You know you're going to have fun. You know you're going to connect with other people. You know you're going to express yourself and dance and feel free and feel connected. But you don't go because you're thinking about the result that the experience is getting you. You go for the experience itself. You go for the energy. It's similar, for example, when you buy a massage. You don't buy a massage thinking oh, my body is going to feel better and this is going to happen and then that is going to happen. No, you just I just want to relax and I have this pain and I know I will feel better. You don't get too much in your mind when you are buying a spiritual or holistic experience, thinking too much about the result. Of course, this is very nuanced and controversial. And if, for example, you are buying something about holistic health, of course, you are focused on the result. But when you are buying an experience like an ecstatic dance, a Reiki session, of course, you can buy a Reiki session thinking about releasing blockages, releasing stagnant energy and all of that. But when you buy it, you don't necessarily get too much in your mind thinking about the results. You just want to be there and enjoy. Most of people, for me as an example, as a buyer, I don't buy a spiritual package, a spiritual experience, a spiritual offering when getting too much in my mind thinking about the tangible 3D results that it's going to get me. I go because I feel it. I go because it resonates. I go because something clicks in my body. I go because I know the person and I love them and I want to be in their energy and receive from them. I go because I know the group of people who will be there facilitating. I go because I feel something and I go. And so this is why sometimes when people who are like very spiritual and offering like spiritual work, it's really hard sometimes to force the work that you do, which is so magical and beyond words, to bring that and like put it into like a tangible marketing result, you know? That is like almost tainting the purity, the beauty, and the power of your offer. Let me know if this resonates. I've never seen like amazing spiritual people who offer the most spiritual, amazing experiences force themselves into explaining the tangible result when that's not the very reason why people go there. People go because they feel something. And it's so funny and controversial because this mentorship, the call that I was talking about, was about being in the body. But the conversation was getting a lot about being in the mind and like tangibly explaining what going to a cacao ceremony will tangibly shift for you. What is the tangible result of going to a cacao ceremony? Honestly, who cares? I just want to be there. You get what I'm saying? It's not just about bringing, like, especially in the coaching industry and in the marketing world, sometimes it really isn't so much about articulating perfectly the results that you're going to get from going to this experience. Imagine, for example, I did sound healing training and course last year. Why did I go? Because I felt it. I felt something. I didn't buy it. I didn't go. I didn't sign up because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to do this sound healing and then this is going to happen and this is going to change and this is the result I'm going to get. No, I go because I feel something. I feel a calling. I feel inspired. I just feel something, you know. And this is why it's so funny and controversial for these type of experiences to be articulated in a very tangible way for marketing purposes. Sometimes it's not going to work and it just doesn't make sense. No one that goes to a festival, to an ecstatic dance, to a cacao ceremony, to a Reiki session, to a sound healing, shamanic medicine journey, quantum healing work, thinks too much about the tangible results that they are going to get from going. They go because they feel it. They resonate with the person or the people facilitating, with the energy, with the intention, with the vibe. They just feel something. So if you are someone who offers spiritual work and you struggle a lot to ground the magic of what you offer and to articulate it into tangible 3D results, this might be the reason. Because trying to explain the beyond explainable is doing a disservice to your work. Of course, this is different for someone who is like offering, for example, coaching or fitness, for example. It's like lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. I don't know. I think that's crazy, but like in 2 months. 10 pounds in 2 months. That's very specific. That's about the result people are going to get and why they choose to work with that person. But this works, this type of marketing and articulation works for people who have results-driven offers. And that's not what spiritual work is about. The spiritual work is about the experience itself. And we all know that doing a sound healing journey, doing a voice activation, doing a shamanic journey, we know that those will get tangible results in our lives, but that is not the focus. That is not the point. The point is the energy. The point is the experience itself. The point is this intuition, this feeling, this, oh yeah, I want to be there. And this is so controversial, and I love that I am the one talking about this because, and it's controversial, and at the same time, I'm like, it's so perfect that I am the one speaking about this because I know what it's like to be on both ends of facilitating and receiving spiritual experiences, and also on the end of tangibly explaining the results of something spiritual, and also not needing to explain because people just feel me. So if you are someone who offers shamanic work, spiritual work, connection work, healing work, any type of service or energy like that, don't get too much in your head trying to articulate it and explain the results, because that's probably not why people come to you. People come to you because of your energy and because of the experience and the feeling of it. This is why so many spiritual people really struggle with marketing their gifts and their offers and their experiences, because they are literally beyond words. So imagine, for example, explaining and articulating the results you get from Kundalini activation, a light language activation, or like a nervous system energy healing. You can explain, oh, you feel better, you align your chakras, you raise your Kundalini, you release trauma, you heal ancestral blocks. You can think about all of these tangible results, but the reason why people join is because of the energy and the experience itself. So if you're struggling to market the magic of your spiritual gifts, this is why. You cannot just put into words the magic of a Kundalini activation, for example, of a cacao ceremony. Because it's not about just thinking about the results. It's about just being there and enjoying the experience. And the results come as a consequence, but it's not like the focus. I don't go to you for a Kundalini activation because you tell me the results I'm gonna get. I go because I want to experience it, and I know that then the results, it will also give me some results. So do you get what I'm saying? Spiritual work cannot be put into words. Everything that we offer has results. That's obvious. But to try to fit the magic and the amplitude of your work and to articulate it into, when you do this thing with me, when you go to a cacao ceremony with me, or you do a Kundalini activation on a Reiki session, you get these results. And you expect that is the reason why people join. It's not. People join because of you. People join because they feel something. People join because of the experience. This is the controversy of trying to focus most and foremost on the tangible results of the magic of your spiritual work. So this is what I want to share with you here today. And I just want to repeat, I'm repeating myself a lot here, but I want to repeat for you to listen like I'm literally talking to you. I don't need you to explain to me the results of the magic of me doing a cacao ceremony with you, or buying your crystals, or going to an ecstatic dance, or doing a Kundalini activation, or a sound healing journey, or a shamanic activation. I don't go there because you're trying to articulate it in a perfect way and explaining the results. I go because I feel you. And I go because I feel it. I feel that this is the moment, that this is the experience, that this is the timing, this is the energy. Okay? Exactly. You cannot put spirituality into words. You cannot put spiritual work into words. Of course, there will be results. But if you focus selling your offers and your spiritual gifts, and you focus solely on articulating the results of your spiritual work, there's just no need. You're overcomplicating it. We feel you, and we feel what you do. We feel your energy. We feel your intention. We feel the space that you hold and that you create. We feel the energy. So, my loves, that's it for today. I have a whole other conversation that I want to have with you that's like so different than this conversation. Maybe I will leave it for tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. It's also going to be extremely paradoxical and triggering, but that's a whole nother conversation. But this was like, I witnessed this and I was like, I need to talk about this because I know and I saw how much these people were struggling to force themselves to put into words the results of their work. It's not about the results. It's about the energy. Chill and serve and do your thing. Thank you all so much, and I will see you on the next one.